Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new episode of All the Mods 9 to the Sky. Let me show you something very quickly. If you remember on the last episode, well, we did a few things, but look at that. Now we have another extra platform up there, and it's a good reason for that. And that is that in the next episode, guys, we are going to get with automation in terms of mob farming. Yeah, we are going to do a farm for, nasty mobs, and one farm for not so nasty, like cows and villagers and all that good stuff. So stay put for that one, guys, because it's going to be very interesting. Now, something very quickly. Look at this. Carry on with the recipes. So let me show you very quickly how this goes. Something else that you can do, which you will need at some point as well. Let me see if we can actually get some of this. You know what? I'm going to get just 16 because otherwise it's going to be too much. But what we can do, if you remember correctly, if we look into the oh my goodness, I can't even remember the name of it. The item card, of course, we now have a blaze rod in there. So this is what happened. Just chuck them in there as usual. And then we are going to have, of course, this coming in here. And it's going to create a blazing crystal. And you guys are going to need this one. This is going to be quite important for many reasons. But one of those is the block of blazing crystal, which we are going to need to do some power and all that good stuff. But you can see, well, it's doing very well, as you can see. Thank you very much. And you will see as well, it's going very fast. The power is okay for a second, but we are going to work in a different type of power should you not be able to do this. So that's something that we are going to work in a second as well. And as you can see, it's going super fast. So something else, guys, that I want to show you very quickly is something else, obviously. Let me show you. I'm going to remove this from here, and I'm going to place one of those in there. I'm going to place another one in there, and I'm going to place another one in there. Let me show you quickly. And of course, what we want is one of each, not 14. That is for sure. So keep in mind that one, guys. Make sure that you just put the one, because otherwise the machine is going to think that you're going to need 10 at the time. Okay, so there we have it. We have an Eye of Ender, we have a dielectric casing, and a basic capacitor, which is going to be the tiny one. And what we're going to do is place all these things in there, and it should, there you have it, start creating, of course, the Ender core. We are going to need quite a few of these things from Power Mod, so keep that in mind. That's another recipe that you can have. My goodness, things are happening very quickly. So how are we going to do? Well, we're going to do a few things. First of all, we're going to need an Ender cell, and we're going to need an energy cell. And those things, well, have to be made. So you know what? See if we can actually make them straight away. And I'll explain in a minute how we are going to do this. Oh, there you have it. An Ender core we are going to need to create the Ender cell. Oh, thank you very much. Now we have a few of these things. Thank you very much. Let's place them into the system, which is going to be pretty cool. And then we are going to create an Ender cell. This is going to be the basic one, by the way, so you can actually go all the way to past harden, I think. So we look that in a second. It's not very relevant at this point. We're going to need an energy cell as well, which we can create a straight away. So there you have it. We are going to go one of those. In addition to that, we are going to need an Ender gate. And why are we doing this? Well, mainly because we are going to have wireless power. So that is the reason why we're creating all these things. So we are going to create 4 of those, very cheap to make. So there you have it. And what's going to happen is once we have created the system, we are going to place this Ender gate, which is a very basic one. And as you can see, is 500 FE per tick. And what we're going to do is place them into places to actually generate power. So let me show you very quickly if I can actually show you, should that work in there? No, it's not going to work in there, but I'll show you. Oh, there you have it. Now place here one, as you can see. And what that is a wireless system, a wireless indication that, well, we are going to get power from that once it's all sorted. So I hope that makes sense, guys. If it doesn't, well, I'm sorry. What can I say? Okay, let me retrieve that one quickly. Well, I don't think we can retrieve it now, but regardless, so, you know, you get the idea, guys. So let me show you how this is going to work. We have a tune here. What's happening here? Oh, we ran out of recipes. So there you have it. So I can retrieve that one. Oh my goodness. So there you have it. Well, I wanted to give you another recipe in there, which is going to be pretty important for the future, of course. And of course, we are going to need a magma to start, and this is going to do power by creating or through lava. So that's how we're going to create this thing. We are going to need 2 of these things. They're going to be basic capacitors, and now we are going to be able to do, of course, the magma. So I will explain later on how this works. In addition to that, we are going to do the superheating element. Oh yes, that's going to be really important, very easy to make as well, with the steel casing, which you should have it by now, of course. My goodness. Now, before we start, let's have a look at the quest line, because we have quite a things going on. I killed so many mobs, my goodness. So there you have it. Kill 100 creepers. Yes, thank you very much. And we get the creeper charm. Creeper can't see you with this. Oh, wow. That's very interesting. I really like that a lot. And we killed 5 witches as well. Well, thank you very much. That is pretty cool. But I'm really interested in that charm the witches got. Anyway, we have the magma to start, and in here we are going to get basic universal cables, which we have plenty of that. But as you can see, look at that. We definitely slowly but surely getting to the very end. So that is pretty cool indeed as well. Mystical agriculture, we are going to talk about mystical agriculture today. And as you can see in the last episode, we did Inferium seeds, we did the farms, all the good stuff. Obviously, we have all the water. We're going to get an iron hoe. Well, that's not too bad. And I placed a basic item collector as well. And with that, let the farming begin. We will do all these things, guys. So stay put for that one as well. And now we have more Inferium seeds as well. Okay, so as you can see, by the way, a quick tip, if you want to see the whole diagram, control and scroll in and out, and you'll be able to see all of it. So there you have it. That's another tip that I can give you at this point. And now, of course, we have all the power as well system. Let me see what we get from this one. Energy cables. Well, that's not too bad. And definitely more XP as well. The ender gauge we have created as well. And we get basic capacitators. Well, it is what it is. And so on and so forth. Look at the amount of things that we are getting. The electric casings for free. Thank you very much. And we are going to get more basic capacitors. My goodness, we have so many of those. It's unbelievable. Okay, so let's go back to the wireless system. And with that, my friends, I think it's time to get going. So we have the ender cell and the energy cell. It's 2 different things, so don't confuse them. And the ones that we are going to do first, of course, is going to be this ender cell, which is what is going to give us the wireless power. So that's very important. Now, when you right-click on it, well, by itself, it's not going to give us any type of wireless power. But instead, what we need is the energy cell within the ender cell. So what I suggest you do, you can see now it says 00FE. You shift click, and you can see now, look at this. Look at this, how quick it's going up to 1 million FE. And of course, you can actually get different type of tiers, if you like. So there you have it. Now, if you remember at the beginning, I placed this ender gate in here, the starter, right on the thermal generator, which is creating power. And that, my friend, is why this is actually getting power, because that wireless system in there. So let's carry on a bit and I'll show you the rest. Okay, guys, as you can see, the cell is completely full now of power. Thank you very much. But I want to show you, in addition to this power system that we have in here, what else you can do should you need extra power. Now, remember that this wireless system is going to be able to produce power to things that don't have any power, and that's going to be done through the ender gauge. So remember that, which absolutely you can upgrade it to different tiers as well, which will give you more range and all the good stuff. But I want to show you this, how it works very quickly. So I'm going to get the magma tank. The magma tank, what is going to happen is going to actually produce or accumulate lava, and it's going to produce the power to power the ender cell. In my case, as you can see, well, I already have the power, but yeah, if you actually don't have it, just follow the step and you will get very, very soon power. Now, we use the magma because, frankly, lava is very, very easy to obtain in this mod pack. In actual fact, if you remember correctly, my goodness, look the amount of stuff that we have in here. Let me just check some things away very quickly. All the things that we got from the quest lines, and let me just get rid of all of that. And one thing that we are going to need is a bucket, because we are going to need certainly that lava. So you know what, let me get that one going. Something else that we are going to need, of course, is a cobalt generator. I think that we have a couple of those somewhere. Oh, there you have it. We have one in here as well. And we are going to need a couple more things, but you know, first things first, let's get the lava. And if you don't remember the extractor, well, this thing is very, very powerful. And as you can see, well, it's producing lava constantly. So there you have it. You know, if you don't know how to do this, well, it's in episode 102. So have a look. It's very, very interesting indeed. And certainly very powerful. You can actually make lots of different recipes on that as well. In addition to all that, we are going to need a porcelain crucible as well. So what we are going to do, we are going to get the superheating element. We are going to place it right there. And in the top of that, we are going to get the porcelain crucible, just like that. There you have it. Look at that. It's starting to be a bit more of a network at the moment. So there you have it. Follow the steps, guys, and you won't be wrong in that one. And the next thing, of course, is to place the cobalt generator. As you can see, we already have a cobalt generator. Now, remember that to produce lava into the porcelain crucible, we need to upload it with a cobalt. So with that, we are going to place a item. We are going to need the wrench as well. Remember the wrench, my friends. That is super important that you remember that, because without that, we are not doing anything, my friends. So there you have it. So we are going to get this sorted, and as you can see, should start. Oh yeah, there you have it. Start now creating lava. There you have it. Thank you very much. And you know, that's how simple this system can be. You don't have to make very, very difficult network and systems to well, work through the series and definitely through your gameplay. So there you have it. And of course, because the lava is liquid, well, we are going to hook it up with fluid pipes, and we are going to get the wrench once again. And now, there you have it, the magmator is starting to create a power. So let me have a look very quickly, guys, and I'm gonna show you how this is working. Yeah, you can see we have lava in here, and definitely is creating power as well. So there you have it, 80% Fe per tick is going to be the max extract, which is pretty cool. And there you have it. Now we have full of power independently, of course, and we have now the gate out here as well. My goodness, this is going to be very useful. So there you have it, a very simple network to make, which you can actually create wireless power only in the game. And of course, you can actually scale this up very, very quickly. You can actually add more in the cells, more magmators, and definitely have a lot of power. Okay guys, so now that we have the power, and to prove the point, well, one thing that you could do, should you be struggling with power anywhere, any of the functionalities, say for example that we are struggling with power in terms of the energizing rods, well, what you can do is just grab you in the gate and just check it right at the back, just like so, and that will produce even more power. So that's pretty much the way it goes, my friends. I think it's pretty cool. So there you have it. Very, very simple. This network hopefully is going to help you along the way, of course. And yeah, still going with the energy condensers. Look at that, which we are going to start changing a bit the looks of it. Now, next episode, as I said at the beginning, mob farms, stay put for that one, because it's going to be an interesting one. We are going to do something very different, I think, but it's going to be very, very helpful, of course, in moving forward in the series. Something else I want to do at this point, of course, is to get going with the experience points. So I'm going to make sure they have plenty of experience points in here, and that's a good reason for that. Next episode, as I said, we are going to create mob farms, and to do those, well, we are going to need a couple of things, and one of those is going to be experience liquid. So if we grab a bucket, let me show you very quickly how this is going to work. I grab that in there. Let me place all those back in here, because we are not going to need it for a second. And I'm going to grab my bucket, right click on it, and there you have it. Now we have an essence bucket. This is going to be very important, because we are going to need chicken food to create, well, a certain type of a ground to ensure that the mobs, well, spawn on the place that we want. So keep that in mind. Very powerful little block, these experience crystals, because well, as you see, or you are going to see, definitely very, very useful. So there you have it. Now, something else I want to do before finishing the episode today, guys, is going back to the mystical agriculture, because you know what, I think that we could do a few things. One of those is going to be inferior apples. I think that we could complete this series in here, because the diamonds gear is good, but once you have inferior armor, you can actually augment it, and they will give you very good effects. So I think it's worth to get going with inferior armor as well. So I think that we are going to do all these 5. And I already created some attune augment and the tinkering table, which we will look into that maybe next episode as well. And I think it's nice to actually keep moving forward as well, maybe until we'll get to the ultimate Phyto. Oh my goodness, that will be great. So let's create. Okay, so one thing that we need to do is create inferior apples. I think it's going to be interesting. We don't have any golden apples as far as I know. And that's going to be interesting. So you know what, let's grab those things here. Let me grab my, oh yeah, look, we can make that. So how many we can make? You know what, let's make 5 of those. And I'm pretty sure that now we can actually be able to make those inferior apples, because, oh yeah, look at that, we are going to have inferior essence. So you know what, let me bring that one back in here. And with that, I always have to make sure, guys, that you are on your enchanter side, because you can actually craft from here as well. And with that, we can actually create a couple of things. So, you know, I'm going to create 5 of those. And now what I'm going to do as well, of course, I'm going to go back to my bag, if you remember correctly, there you have it. And what we're going to do is we're going to place one of these things in here, and I'm going to place the rest of Inferium apples in here. And I'm going to change the order as well. So the first thing they want to consume whenever I lose health is going to be Inferium apples, which, by the way, is going to give you some effects, and that's going to be absorption 2 for 3 minutes. So there you have it. Very, very useful. Hence why it's so important, guys, that we look into every single mod. So going back to that, let me just remove those because we don't need them, any of those, by the way. So there you have it. I hope this helped you. In the meantime, please like, comment, and subscribe. I would be very, very grateful if you could actually do that. So let's go for an Inferium helmet. And how are we going to need? We are going to need a diamond helmet. We are going to need Inferium gemstones. So that's going to be there, and we are going to need Inferium ingots as well, 2 of both, and then we are going to create the Inferium helmet. Now, to do the Inferium gemstones, well, we are going to need prosperity gemstones, and they're quite easy to do, actually, because, well, we are going to need some diamonds, but we have about 400 of these things, so I don't think it's going to be much of an issue. Let me create maybe 8 of those, because we are going to need them. And now we can actually create, we said there was 2 of them. Let me create 4, because we are going to need certainly more than 1 piece of gear. And now as well, we are going to be able to create, hopefully, we are going to be able to create these Inferium ingots that we are going to need regardless. So we are going to need some of those as well. As you can see, once you get going, guys, it's just the recipes become very, very easy. As you can see, there you have it. I have 1 and 2 in there. And finally, I think that we then can create the helmet. Okay, so the Inferium helmet it is. We are going to need a diamond helmet, which we are going to use there. We could use the one that we already have, but you know what? I can afford it. Why not? And there you have it. Now we have an Inferium helmet. And of course, now it's time to try it on. Oh my goodness, that's not too bad, actually. They look really cool. So you know what? I think that we are going to create the rest of gear that we can create. And the next episode, we are going to do all the augmentations. And as you can see, well, we are very, very green. But you know what? We can actually hide these things. You should not like it. But you know what? Let's leave it there for a second. So we carry on with mystical agriculture. Something else that is asking us to do at some point is going to be a sword. Inferium tools and weapons start off similar to diamond, get insanely stronger later on. Augments can be used to give effects. Definitely worth it. So you know what? Because it's definitely worth it, I think that I'm going to go for it as well. Because this is what it's all about. It's about improving as much as we can. We are going to need another or 2 those. I'm going to get another 4, I think, because I'm going to need more on those, that's for sure. And with that, my friends, now we are going to have as well. Look at it. And as you can see, augments are empty, as you can see. So there you have it. We are going to do those at some point. Thank you very much. Now we are very, very green indeed. My goodness, look at us. Look at us, how green we are. But it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It's actually really cool. Okay, let me grab 1 more, I think. What we need? Oh, we need, of course, Inferium furnaces. I think that we could actually work with this as well. We have the iron one, and I don't think it's going to be cooking speed 120% and fuel efficiency 100%. Okay, well, that's interesting, guys, and I think it's worth to make those. My goodness, let's make 1 of those very quickly. Okay, guys, so I think it's time to create the Inferium furnace, and we are going to need an Inferium block, which we are going to be able to create very easily because we already have everything that we need. And with that, we are going to get the Inferium furnace. I am actually quite interesting to know the cooking speed of a iron furnace, which I can't see anywhere, and the fuel efficiency 100%. So you know what? That's going to be pretty cool. Now, to make this thing work, of course, we are going to need Inferium coal, which we already have in here. We could actually get Inferium coal blocks. I think it's going to be much easier. Oh no, we are going to need Inferium coal, of course. Okay, so you know what? Let's create a few of these things, maybe just 10. I think it's going to be enough. And with that, we can actually create this beautiful thing in here. Let's grab those in there. And you know what? I think that we have plenty of iron in here, I think. See how quick this thing goes. We have iron blocks. Oh, look at that. We have 4 here. And may as well to use it. Let me see how quick this goes. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty much the same speed that the iron one. But you know what? I don't mind it that much. And I think it's pretty cool. You know what? Very pleased with that, actually. So there you have it. How are we doing in here then? My goodness. Well, we created everything in here as well, as you can see. And the only thing left, of course, is just start creating all these different seeds should we want to do it, which is going to be pretty cool. Now, we are working on Inferium. If you don't know how mystical agriculture works, well, we are going to have to move to the next tier up, which is going to be, of course, Prudentium essence, and with that we can create a different set of armor, which is going to be much more powerful than the Inferium essence. And once we finish with the Prudentium essence, we can actually move, of course, to the Tertium, then you can actually go to Imperium, then we can go to Supremium, and finally Insanium, which is insane. Yes, you guessed it. And yeah, I think it's very, very cool thing to do as well. And once we get to the Prudentium essence as well, we can start working on the more farms and things, which yeah, it's going to be very interesting, so stay put for that one, guys. And with that, my friends, I think it's time to call it a day. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next daily upload, guys. Until then, take great care.